Here we are, 605 Cox Road. It is after a week here in December. I think it's December 10th. And this is the place that I've moved into. I was offered to move in here by the landlord, the owner, the father of Rachel, my girlfriend, who is pregnant. And our baby daughter is due in a few months. Mid-March is what we're expecting. And this is our place. I moved much of my stuff in here. Almost all of my stuff. Some of it's packed away in a storage unit in the garage as well. Bright Saber Academy, my business, my martial arts school, most of that stuff is in the storage unit behind here. And some other stuff, kitchen stuff, is down at their house and also in the garage. So we still haven't got a place yet for our cleaning supplies. We're hoping to put a shelf up here and get cleaning supplies sorted. We've had to make the most of our space, but luckily I have lots of organizational products to help with that from my previous apartment, like that shelf right there and baskets, things like that. These are my orchids. This is my mother's orchid that I gave her for Mother's Day 4 years ago. It is currently growing a new stalk for flowering. This is my orchid, which I got 5 years ago, and it is growing number 4. You can see the old ones here. So it's growing a new one right here. Looks like it's going to be healthy with lots of great flowers. And this purple orchid was purchased on June 17th, mid-June, which is right around the time we conceived our daughter. And I got a purple orchid, and we got a picture in Sprouts where we bought it of us together. It's very cute. Has both of us wearing glasses before I had my eye surgery. So I like that picture. Anyways, we got our bathroom, which there's me in a robe. Hi. That's me. I am, and I got the Bright Saber Academy sticker on my phone. I am about to get out of here for the weekend to stay with my best friend Richard, who lives not too far from here, surprisingly enough, and is also having a child of his own, which is due around the same time as my daughter. So it's very exciting. He's a best friend that I've had since I was a child, and now we're having our firstborns at the same time together, so that's really cool. And you have lots of organization here that we did. Again, like 95% of everything in this place are my products, like the mat and almost everything here. Mounted shelves, racks, I brought most of that. So in here we have our living space. It starts with a office area for both of us. These are my packed bags for the weekend. We have my laptop on her desk and some of her pictures. Orion as a baby right there. That's her oldest son. Unfortunately, we are not doing so well together right now, but, there's time to mend relationships always, and people make mistakes, right? We got lightsaber rack. Of course, have to have 10 lightsabers by my desk, right? Got some of the equipment, gear, merchandise, crafting materials for Bright Saber Academy. Here's our bookshelf, my Dungeons and Dragons collection down there, and Rachel is huge on Dungeons and Dragons. I've never played the board game, but she wants me to join her soon. So we were thinking about that. Here's the first board break that Rachel ever did. That's an inch-thick white pine board. I think it's 8 inches wide, so not a give-me board by any means. And I signed it for her. Did it as an Easter egg. She did that, I think, in our living room. I just had her do it. I showed her and had her do it. I was teaching her martial arts. This is Drogon. Drogon is our lizard. I found Drogon underneath the trash cans at my old apartment and brought him in because I knew Rachel loved lizards. And so here's Drogon. We named him Drogon because one of my avatars online, I play Grand Theft Auto, and I'm the best helicopter pilot in the world on that game. No lie, out of hundreds of thousands of players. And one of my profiles is Drogon, like a dragon in the sky. An attack helicopter, kind of like a dragon that destroys everybody and everything. And so we named him Drogon, or I did. And Rachel agreed, and then lo and behold, he likes to sit up in his branches instead of going down in his hide. And I just put fresh crickets in there today. They're on these bark chips in here. And he even has a red lightsaber right there that you can turn on. It's super cool. Hey, buddy. We have my old favorite couch. This thing is almost more comfortable than any bed I've ever slept on. It's even been scratched by my 17-year-old cat's socks, who I had from a kitten, and I raised her. And before her eyes were even open, I was holding her and petting her. And then I had her until she was 17, and she died of natural causes. Gave her a good passing at the vet with some morphine so she didn't suffer. And she got to die in my arms. This is the lightsaber that Rachel and I got together. We named it Unity. So it's representative of our relationship. And this is just more of my stuff. Our stuff, I should say. A lot of this is hers too. So we got a nice screen that kind of adds separation to the bedroom and living room area. It's all one unit because it's a converted horse barn. So we got a little bit of privacy to the bedroom area by doing that. And so we set it up that way. I've only been in here for 2 weeks now, and we're working things out, but this is basically what we got set up in that time, which was pretty neat. Space heater. There's me and my stepsister Marissa and my mother and my stepdad David, who's an amazing man. I hope to be as good a stepfather as him one day to Rachel's boys. We got Ahsoka calendar. Wink, wink. Have to represent the moon and Ahsoka. If anybody wants to look up the name of the goddess of the moon in, I believe it's Greek mythology. Yes, Greek. I think you will find an interesting name. But Ahsoka's a good name too. This is my bookshelf. It has my high school yearbooks, and the book my father wrote for me is this blue one. I hope to write a book for that, like that, for my daughter, so that she can see exactly how things happened and my thoughts on things from my point of view. That's Socks. This is my dedicated shelf to her. She was a wonderful cat. For me. Not so nice to everybody else. My dad's shelf and my martial arts shelf, complete with the little figure of Ahsoka there. A bunch of black belts I earned. And a memorial to my father, Frederick F. Fager. My grandparents' farm before it burned. Him. Memorials. He went to New Zealand, and this is a picture of him flying a helicopter sideways, but we put the helicopter right side and the mountain sideways instead. It's just a small little dot in the middle. And a dedication to him. He was honored as a quiet birdman after death, a secret society for airmen, of which astronauts are included, I hear. So. Oh, and of course the closet, the Alpha closet that I pieced together just by looking at it and my knowledge working at the Container Store for 8 years. I was a designer. I designed closet systems. I processed the orders to fulfill those systems and sold them and all sorts of stuff. So it was pretty easy. I was given a bunch of these parts and pieces by my mother, and I kind of strategized it all out, and it worked out great. So, saber staffs. I really should show you what it all looks like with the lights on. Oh. This is Rachel's saber that I got for her. I named it Solace for her and named her my Padawan. A blade to banish sadness and despair, to give clarity and hope. I met her at a time when she was going through major transitions and she had a lot of things on her mind. And I was really interested in helping her get through that and become stronger at the time. And I made this, and I still would, of course, if she'll let me. So, made that for her. The one by my bed. And, of course, gotta turn on, if I'm gonna turn on all those, I gotta turn on Drogon's. He thinks I'm gonna touch him, and he really doesn't like being touched. And he also bites. So getting close to him is a tricky proposition. See him open his mouth, he's looking to bite me. He's like, get away. No, I just want to touch this dude. Oh, he's not gonna let me. Okay. He said no. I totally would turn that on, but he is not having it, and I do not want to upset him. It's okay, man. Look how assertive he is. I give him a safe space. He knows if he exerts that, I'm listening. It's okay, man. So, that is our place. And it is a few weeks before Christmas.